she is an interesting high school ski coach. She was herself a competitive skier. Now she oversees both the boys and girls ski teams at the same school. And oh yeah, both of them are pretty good because of her.
What I want you to do every time you pair up with someone, make sure you take 2 runs, one on each course. It's more like a running race, so you got someone right there pushing you.
Sarah Halvorson has a background in skiing.
I think when I was about 3, my parents decided, I'm the youngest child in my family, my parents decided that skiing would be a nice family activity. So we all got outfitted and went to the local ski areas around Red Wing and started skiing. And then, you know, we did that like just about every weekend for years. And then when I was about 8, we joined this little NASTAR racing program. As she developed a love for the downhill game and her competitive juices were satisfied by the runs, she became an international participant, traveling the world, and even taking a shot at the Olympic Games in 1980. When I was a junior in high school, I made the United States development team. And then for a couple of years, I raced over on the Europa Cup circuit, mainly in Europe. And that's one step down from the World Cup circuit. And I raced in all the national races around the United States. She gave up the competition, went to law school, got married, practiced law, and then settled into motherhood. But Sarah Halvorson is not one to let the grass grow or the snow fall without looking for something to do. Nice skiing.
Thanks.
You're skiing really well.
Feels good.
Does it? Yeah. It looks good. Looks like it's fun.
Yeah,
you're nice and smooth and you're right really in close to the gate.
Good.
Which is where you should be.
Eventually, the now mother of 3 found it when Minnehaha Academy High School was looking for a downhill ski coach.
All 3 of our kids go to Minnehaha Academy, and when our oldest got to 8th grade, she said, well, she'd like to ski for the high school ski team.
Yeah.
And they had just lost their coach.
Yeah.
So I called up the athletic director and I said, well, I hear you need a coach, and I'll coach for you.
Thus began another chapter in a life marked by goals and achievement and competition.
You know, it's one of those worker courses.
Coaching both the boys and girls teams offers all of the above. Coaching a son and a daughter on each team adds to the fun.
It's very rewarding for me. It has its ups and downs because, unfortunately for them, if they have a bad day or something, they have to go home with the coach, which is not always an easy thing. Yes!
That was a great run.
Finally!
It's good in the way that you see her at home in a different perspective, and then you see her on the hill, but she can relate to me and my sister very well.
It's very interesting in the way that I can go home and talk to her about like a day of skiing. She's very intense, and so we talk about skiing a lot, which means I just am more into it.
They have been contributors to what has evolved into quite a program, with both the boys and girls teams qualifying for the state in 2010, and Halvorson honored as State Coach of the Year in 2009. She appears a teacher, mild-mannered, polite, almost easygoing. But that's not entirely accurate, not according to the people she coaches.
Coach Halvorson is quite intense, but she's also like a mom to us. We get up on, early on Saturday mornings, and some of the teams have coffeed us here, but she's made us into quite a strong team.
Okay, way to go.
That's right, there is a passion that is befitting of the woman that has lived life with a drive, a sense of purpose in everything she does, since before she probably knew why she was doing it. She gets up in the morning hungry to find out what the ceiling of potential can be.
She's great. She's extremely competitive and really intense. She's just a really nice lady, and she really pushes us.
What? That was good.
Racer ready, go!
They make their runs, the 2 teams, the 2 sexes bound together by one coach, And that co-ed mix makes it, at minimum, interesting.
That's one of my favorite things about coaching skiing is I like being able to coach boys and girls because they're a lot the same in a lot of ways, but they're quite a bit different too. And I think having them working together, and they clearly, when they race, the girls race separately from the boys.
Yeah.
But everything else we do together.
Yeah.
And it sort of makes the kids sort of really come together, and they're almost like a big family. They're like siblings. They just learn to get along so well. And as I say it, the boys are less macho and the girls are less catty.
Which is what makes all of this what it is supposed to be. Teams made up of individual achievers that work as teammates, that grow up by being a part of a bigger group.
Like a family. I've skied 5 years now on this team, and it's just, we've come a long way, but we've always been really close. Part of it is just the sport itself. It lends itself to long talks on the chairlift and you know, discussions after the race.
We learn from each other. We're very competitive with each other if boys or girls do better. I think it drives us a little bit more, and it kind of allows us to become more close.
They seem to have a sense of team, but there is more to this sport. There is a rush, one unique to the nature of the sport that they have chosen in the winter months.
I like that it's individual, but in the same time you're a team.
Yeah.
So you ski with your team members, but you're also in the course by yourself.
Yeah.
And you have to concentrate by yourself.
I just really like skiing in general, and like I'd do it if it was not with the team or like not because we were successful. Yeah. Right. I mean, it's obviously an added bonus that I'm with all my friends all the time, and I do something I love.
It's all come together at Minnehaha Academy. 2 teams, 2 kids, 1 coach, with a watchful eye on winning. But with a big picture philosophy that meets the demands of the school and of the kids that participate.
We have kids that are in multiple activities that they're juggling, and they're very high achievers.
Yeah.
And you know, the things that I try to instill in them as far as a work ethic, they can translate that to every other area of their life.
When we come back, we'll make some music with Billy McLaughlin. Then later, competition for the right reason. Stay with us on Life to the Max.
Life to the Max is brought to you by Life Touch, photography for a lifetime.